How did the fall of the Berlin Wall reshape the Cold War? Imagine a world split in two, with a wall running through a city, symbolizing a deep divide between two ways of life. On November 9, 1989, that wall came down, and everything changed. For nearly 3 decades, the Berlin Wall stood as a stark reminder of the Cold War's tension. It separated East and West Berlin, representing the broader split between the Soviet Union and the Western countries. When it fell, it was like a signal that the communist grip on Eastern Europe was weakening. Countries like Czechoslovakia, Bulgaria, and Romania saw protests grow, pushing out their pro-Soviet governments. The Baltic states of Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia declared independence, showing the Soviet Union's hold was slipping. This event marked the beginning of the end for the Soviet-style system. It revealed that the communist governments had failed to deliver on promises of equality and prosperity. The policies of Mikhail Gorbachev, like glasnost and perestroika, aimed to reform the Soviet Union but unintentionally loosened the control over Eastern Europe. The fall of the wall set off a chain reaction. Communist regimes across the bloc collapsed quickly, leading to the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. This was a huge shift in global power. The ideological battle that had defined the Cold War was no longer centered on Europe. The Soviet Union's influence waned, and the United States emerged as the sole superpower. Without the Soviet Union as a counterbalance, American influence expanded worldwide. The transition for former communist countries was tough. They faced economic chaos, social upheaval, and the challenge of building new political systems. Many experienced sharp declines in their economies, with unemployment rising and corruption spreading. The collapse also exposed the flaws of Soviet-style communism. It promised equality and workers' control but often delivered authoritarian rule and economic stagnation. The desire for freedom and better living standards proved too strong for the old system to hold. The Cold War, once a tense standoff, shifted from a bipolar conflict to a unipolar world dominated by the United States. The ideological struggle was over, replaced by new issues like global terrorism and economic globalization. The fall of the Berlin Wall didn't just end a physical barrier, it ended an era of global rivalry. It changed the way nations interacted and set the stage for a new world order. The event showed that people yearn for freedom and that even the strongest systems can fall when faced with the desire for change.